Oh, how many sins is that? About 100?
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Fiona from Our Crazy Life Scotland, and this video is going to be a little bit different in that I'm going to be talking about my Slimming World journey. I wanted to do these videos as separate vlogs from our day in the life with the kids and things like that, because the kids aren't really into Slimming World and they don't want this interfering with our normal vlogs. So I thought I would maybe do a little separate series just about Slimming World and keep them out of the other vlogs. So my history with Slimming World is basically before I got ill, which was in 2012. I had lost a fair bit of weight on Slimming World and I loved it. I was doing really well. Then I got ill, ended up in my bed for a couple of years. That's a whole different video. And I put on an awful lot of weight. When I got out of the hospital and I was in my wheelchair and started to feel a bit better, I did try to get back on track again. And I did lose a little bit of weight. In fact, a fair bit of weight, because I forget just how big I had got when I was ill and in my bed and on steroids. So I did lose an awful lot of weight. But then it sort of started to plateau, as it does. And then life was getting in the way, and I was on it and I was off it, and I was on it and I was off it. Because I'm in the wheelchair, I did get in touch with a couple of Slimming World groups where I lived before, in the Falkirk area. And I explained to them, look, I'm in a wheelchair, I can't stand independently for getting weighed. Is it worthwhile coming to group? Is there any other way that you can weigh me? And I got quite negative responses, to be honest. I think they were a wee bit scared of the thought of something different, something new, not knowing how to cope with it. So I ended up not bothering. What I did do was I joined online, and it was quite good for a while, but again, I think a couple of things hindered my journey. One was doing it on your own. You're not accountable to anybody, and it's too easy just to say, oh, stuff it, doesn't matter today. If I go over my sins, nobody's going to know. If I put on weight this week, nobody's going to know. So there was that side of it, but there was also the fact that I'm not a stingy person. I do need to look after the pennies, but I like value for money, and to me, paying the same as an online member as you do as a group member is unfair. You don't get nearly the same support. It's not costing them nearly as much to have an online member as it does to have a group member, and I think it's unfair that you have to pay the same amount. Also, I felt that the fact that I couldn't buy hi-fi bars online, even as an online member, I think it might have changed now, but at the time I wrote to them and they said that it was something they were looking into, but it wasn't going to be available in the near future. I was also told that I wasn't allowed to go to groups to buy hi-fi bars, even though I was an online member, which I thought was very unfair as well. So, for those reasons, I basically let my online membership lapse. And I've tried other diets over the last couple of years. I've tried intermittent fasting, which I did quite like. That was basically where I would fast for between 16 and 18 hours, and then I would eat for between 6 and 8 hours. And I did quite enjoy that, but sometimes I found that I was so hungry by the time my eating window came that I was just gorging on anything and everything. So I stopped that, and then I decided to try the ketogenic diet because I am a sugar addict. I know that. No, hands up. I am a sugar addict. My name's Fiona and I am addicted to sugar. So I tried the ketogenic diet, which is where you cut out sugar, your carbs are restricted to less than 20 grams a day, and you eat high fat but healthy fats. So good quality butters, cheese, milk, cream, things like chia seeds, avocado, that sort of thing. And I do like the science behind all that, and I did actually quite enjoy the diet. The problem was that I quickly found that I've actually got a bit of an intolerance to dairy. So the more cheese and cream and things that I was eating, the more ill I was getting. So I tried to do it without the cream and the cheese, but it didn't work for me. So I came off that, and over the school holidays, I've been playing at Slimming World, but it's just not happened. So now, school holidays are over, binging is over, and I want to get back on track. One of the vloggers that I watch quite a lot, I commented on his video the other day, and he was kind enough to check out my channel. So hi Alec from the big fella, and to be honest, I was a wee bit starstruck when he commented on my video. It was lovely. It was really nice of him to do so, and he did say, please show us some more Slimming World stuff. So that got me to thinking. I was like, well, I don't know, I'm not a member, I don't have access to all the sins, the sin calculator and the app and things like that. I do try to keep up to date with sins and healthy extras through watching vloggers. I basically hardly watch TV now. I watch YouTube all day. When I'm tidying, regardless of what I'm doing, I'm watching YouTube, and I've got a lot of favourite vloggers that I love, especially Slimming World vloggers. So I do try to keep up with sins and things like that, but I thought I can't really be accurate when I'm talking to you about sins. And I also thought, well, if I can't weigh myself, then do you really want to know how I'm getting on? Because I can't tell you, oh, this week I've lost X amount, or hopefully not, I've gained this amount. But I thought, I'm in a new area now, and I am now going to, thanks to Alec, the big fella, I am going to have a look into Slimming World groups in this area and get in touch with them, and hopefully there will be someone out there who is more open-minded about the fact I'm in a wheelchair and will be willing to try and overcome this and let me come along to group. So that's the plan. So in the meantime, I am going to do what I can with the knowledge that I've got, and I will let you know today what I'm eating to be on track, and I will try and keep you up to date with other videos, and I will let you know if I do find a group and when I'm starting a group. So thank you for bearing with me during this ramble, and I will come back to you in a wee while when I have my breakfast. So I'll see you all soon. Hi again everybody. I'm just about to have my breakfast, so I thought I would film it for you. Now, as you can probably see, the time is 11:15, and yes, I am just having my breakfast. One thing that I learned through intermittent fasting, although I don't do it now, what I do is I listen to my body. When my body tells me I'm hungry, I eat. I don't eat first thing in the morning just because the experts say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I suppose in a way that it is, but it doesn't mean that you have to have it at 7 o'clock in the morning. An interesting fact that I learned when I was intermittent fasting, the whole breakfast being the most important meal of the day, that didn't actually come from doctors or dietitians. That came from cereal giants, Kellogg's, who obviously have got a vested interest in you eating breakfast. So it's quite widely debated as to how important breakfast is and whether you do need to break your fast as soon as you wake up in the morning, or if you can wait until later on until you're hungry. So it's 11:15 at the moment. I'm about to have my breakfast. Sometimes if I don't eat until this time, I might only have sort of 2 main meals and then a snack later on. So we'll wait and see what happens. So anyway, enough waffling. My breakfast today is 40 grams of oats made with the cocoa milk. Now, I don't know whether that is a healthy extra A or not, not being a current member. I am trying to stay away from dairy, and I do like that milk, so I'm hoping that it is. So I've used that anyway, and I have topped it with strawberries. There's a banana stirred through it as well, and a sprinkling of cinnamon, which helps to stabilise your blood sugar, helps to dull down the insulin response when you have sugar such as fruit, and it's actually the insulin that tells your body to store fat, so the lower your insulin levels the better. So I like to have a wee bit of cinnamon when I have some fruit, and I'm serving that with a cherry Pepsi Max. Now, I know that you can have this free on Slimming World, as with all diet drinks, and I also know that water is so much better for you. Now, I don't drink tea or coffee, I've never liked it, but I was getting into the good habit of drinking water, sparkling water with a touch of diluting juice, sugar free. However, I've got out of that habit again over the holidays. And one of the main problems that I've got, to be honest, is, as you know, water makes you go to the loo quite a lot, and being in the wheelchair, I know it sounds like a pathetic excuse, but it is actually quite tiring, having to go to the toilet all the time. So when I was going out and about with the kids through the holidays, I was avoiding water like the plague, because trying to find a disabled toilet and all the rest of it was too much hassle. I am going to get back into drinking water again, however, one step at a time. I think the fact that I'm getting my diet back on track is more important than trying to do everything all at once. So I will get back to water again, but at the moment I'm having my Pepsi Max Cherry. Just a little bit of an update as well. I have also messaged a Slimming World group in my local area. I've messaged them on Facebook to ask whether I would be welcome along in my wheelchair, and whether they would be able to weigh me or not. So I'll let you know if I hear anything back from them. But that's my breakfast. I'll speak to you later. Bye. Hi everyone, it's now 2:30 and I'm starting to feel a little bit peckish, so it's a wee bit early for me to have my dinner. So I thought I would snack on some melon. Now here we are, I've just cut it in half and taken out the seeds. I could cut it all up to make it nice and pretty and Instagram worthy, but that's not how I roll. So I'm just going to take a spoon and eat it as it is. Just call me a pleb. That's just the way I am. I say it how it is, I eat it how it is, and I keep it real. So yeah, I'm just going to tuck into this melon. And dinner wise, I was planning to make the curry loaf that everyone seems to be making just now. Certainly a couple of the vloggers that I watch, I think Debbie's World and Budget Slimmers, have really been enjoying the curry loaf, and I was going to make that today, but unfortunately I've just not had the energy. If you've not watched my other vlogs, the reason I'm in the wheelchair is due to a mystery illness that I have. No, we still don't know what it is, but one of the major symptoms is chronic fatigue syndrome. And I've had a very busy sort of couple of weeks, especially the weekend there, and it's catching up with me. I'm not feeling too bad just now, but I can certainly feel myself starting to, the fatigue's definitely starting to kick in, so I just like to take it easy when I can feel this happening. So rather than the curry loaf, I am currently defrosting, yes, on the window ledge, I know, chilli that I made a couple of weeks ago. It's a sin-free chilli made with the 5% mince and JD seasonings. So I've got that out of the freezer. I'm just going to make that. Thankfully, when I make things like that, I make more than I need and just shove it in the freezer for days like this when I've not got the energy, and it's much easier to keep on track that way. So when I get round to having it, I will show you. See you later on. Okay everybody, it is now 5 o'clock. The girls have came home from their first day at school, all full of stories and excitement, so I've dealt with all that and I've fed the dogs, and now it's time to feed myself. So as I showed you earlier, I took some bolognese out of the, not bolognese, chilli, Fiona, chilli! I took some chilli out of the freezer earlier to have as my dinner tonight, so I didn't have to do a lot of cooking. And what I decided to do, I didn't want to have rice with it. To be honest, see, since I did the ketogenic diet a wee while ago, I realised that I didn't really miss pasta or rice or noodles or anything like that. So I've decided not to have them if I don't need them. If I really want it, I would have it. It is free on Slimming World. But it's starchy carbs that I could really do without if I don't need them. Potatoes are different. I did miss potatoes, and I do still try to avoid white potatoes, but I do like the odd sweet potato done as wedges or as a jacket potato. But that's a completely different story. So what I decided to do with my chilli tonight was just have it on a bed of spinach. There's lots of spinach under there that you can't really see. You can just see wee green bits poking out. I'm sorry it doesn't look very pretty. Now you know why I don't do very much on Instagram. I'm not... It's going to get all mashed up where it's going anyway, but I'm not very good at presentation. Hey ho. So, yeah, there's a big bed of spinach under there, and I have topped it with some extra chopped tomato just to add the speed. So it's a completely sin-free and speedy meal. I'm not going to be doing SP as such, although I'm going to be avoiding rice and pasta and things, because I do still like my free foods. I had my banana earlier, and I do like the odd yogurt and things. So I won't really be doing SP, but I will stay away from starchy carbs. So that's my dinner, and with that I'm going to be having some more cherry Pepsi Max. And that... Oh, I've just realised actually, I've not had any sins today. Wow. Tonight's going to be a nice treat night, I think. Oh, I need to think about what I'm going to have. Brooke has just appeared. Hello, Brooke.
Have you got any trouser hangers I can borrow?
Oh, I'll deal with that in a minute. Go and let Ranach in, please. Brooke was laughing there in the background because I was talking about sins. She thinks it's hilarious. Anyway, that is my dinner. So, I'm going to go and enjoy that, and whenever I have anything else tonight to eat, I shall let you know. See you later. Bye again, everyone. It's Fiona. It's now almost 10 to 8, and I'm busy editing the weekend vlog, and it's making me rather peckish. So I decided to have a nice treat. I've not had any sins today, so I'm going to have a cinnamon drizzle fibre... Easy for me to say. Cinnamon drizzle fibre 1 bar, which is in there. That's 4.5 sins, I think. I've got a sin's worth of Anchor Light cream, which would take it to 5.5 sins. And I have got an also orange chocolate, which I believe is maybe 4 sins. I've got half of it over my cream, and I've got the other half there to eat later on. So I believe that's around 10 sins, maybe 11 to be on the safe side that I've got on the plate. And that's the only sins I've had today, and I'm not going to be eating anything else. So thank you very much for bearing with me during this Slimming World vlog. I hope to make many more. Oh, and I've not heard anything back from the group that I messaged earlier to ask if I'd be able to come along in the wheelchair, so that's not looking very good. However, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated. I do hope to make more Slimming World videos, and I would love for you to stick around to see them. So please, please, please subscribe, and feel free to hit the like button and make any comments down below. I'll speak to you later, everybody. Bye!